to kick off for Denver.
Match of Super Bowl 48, the Seahawks and that one into the end zone for an opening touchback. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Brought down.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now it's Wilson. He'll find Ballore out of the backfield. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 16 yards, a first down.
Gain of 16 yards.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes that's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
They'll run on first down. It's Carson. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line.
The tackle made at the 47-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wilson going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And they've got the hook up. This is Olsen. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back in the 46.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time. Brandon, never quite sure what the side judge or the field judge is going to rule there. That was awfully close, but in the end, he says it passed over the 1-yard line, and that's where they're going to mark it out. I mean, you can see it right there, right? See him walking up the sideline? Told him to stop right there at the 1.
They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. And they're going to stop him right at back lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. The free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle.
On 2nd down, a run with Lindsay. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
No gain on the play.
Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. Shotgun snap to Locke. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20. 18 big yards on that one, and a Denver first.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Clock now on first down. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
That's another Broncos first down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
A couple of first downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. To throw it is Locke. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. He was looking for Albert Okwuegbunam was the target there, and it's 2nd down.
Let's go. Hey, Reed. Yep. Mike by four. It's our time. Move. Check.
To throw again, Locke. And that's complete. Albert Okwuegbunam. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. It's a big play there for the Broncos. 43 yards.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 5 at the 9-yard line.
Here we go. Set. 6-man. Go. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Go.
They look to throw. It's Locke. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
But forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front, and a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
So on 4th down, on comes Brandon McManus and the field goal unit for the Broncos. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And McManus able to put it through. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Nothing. Brandon McManus to kick off for Denver.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. This one a little slow to get cooking. Just a 3-0 scoreline as they begin with a 1st and 10. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
The tackle.
It's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked that one up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss, kind of just took his medicine there and took the 1 yard.
Buying time to his left. Now he'll throw deep left side. And some space here. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
After the turnover, here's Locke. This is the tight end Fant. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
Well, he made that catch knowing full well that at the end of it, he's going to catch a pretty good lick.
I guess if there's anyone on this team that can absorb a pop, it's him. Throwing again on second down. Locke. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Philip Lindsay, the intended target, and it's third down.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Locke working out of the gun. Open man Hamler, that's complete. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
On first down, Lindsay. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11.
31-yard line.
Locke going to throw. Open man, he completes it to Judy.
Locke's pass.
Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 8.
The Broncos on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Don't get nervous. Right there. Right there. 54 Mike. Blue down. 54 Mike.
Locke now to throw. Just what Seattle was hoping for. The coverage holds, and now 4th down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything. That's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goals probably not what they were hoping for.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They find themselves down here after an interception on their opening drive led to a field goal. But all in all, you'd have to say fortunate to be only down 6.
Yeah, and you know how teams huddle on the sideline before they come out on the field in between series? Guaranteed what's said there is, guess what, guys? We take this ball, move it downfield, and put it in the end zone, we're right back to even.
And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
All right, this gives us a chance, Charles, to go back to your playoff predictions. We covered the AFC. What do you see happening in the NFC?
All right, let's go with the division winners. Dallas in the East, Green Bay in the North. Let's see. New Orleans in the south, and out west, San Francisco. Wild cards, I think two are come from out west. Arizona and Seattle. And the third wild card, I think it's going to come from the south, and Tampa Bay gets in. Now, I don't believe Tampa Bay's going to the Super Bowl. I think New Orleans and Seattle will slug it out for the Super Bowl chance, and I'm going with New Orleans to find their way in.
Okay, so you got the veteran Breeze against Lamar Jackson in the Super Bowl, and who ultimately do you have winning that one, CD?
Oh, yeah, the old head and the kid, right? I'm going with the kid in this one in a Super Bowl classic. Baltimore wins the championship.
All right, just so I go on record, I mentioned I'll take the Chiefs, and I'm going to take them over the Packers. So I think we'll have another young and old QB mix. Packers, a little bit of a surprise getting in there, and I'll take Mahomes with a...
That's caught at the 25. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime report.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards. On 2nd and 7, Wilson escaping the pressure right. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there, and it's 3rd down.
What we've seen so far in this game, they are not going to allow a big shot over the top. You can have whatever you want underneath. They'll give you that, but they're not going to let you beat them deep.
He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Well, this has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that. Okay, they've moved the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
On comes the Seahawk kicker here on 4th down. It's Jason Myers. That's a 40-yard attempt from the left hash. Myers' kick is good. And they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
25-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Locke. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
All right, while we have a second here, Charles, let's look ahead to week 2 on the NFL slate. Some great games coming up. Just looking early here Sunday, you got Carolina, Tampa Bay. Wondering if Tampa can get the win there. Detroit and Green Bay both 1-0. That's intriguing, an in-division game. And then, Washington and Arizona, you probably wouldn't highlight that one normally, but one of those.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
Certainly feels like the classic second guess, but let's be honest about it. They had a chance going to halftime with the lead. Why did they take a chance with a throw there? I don't understand that.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. And now this defense has to try to protect that lead going into the locker room. Wilson throwing quickly out to Lockett. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
2nd and 7 at the 36-yard line.
On second down now. It's Carson. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. To throw is Wilson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter.
First down, Seattle.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
On first down, Wilson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Intended for Greg Olsen. Incomplete. Kareem Jackson on the coverage.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And Myers able to knock it through, and that will do it for this first half. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
All even through one half of football as we get back underway in quarter number 3.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And Spencer will elect to not bring it out here. It's a touchback.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the gun, it's Locke. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. So an opening drive interception to begin this second half.
And just think about the time you spent in the locker room going over what you expected to do in the second half. Not the way they saw it, not the way they drew it up. You find out this is something that you can't just edit, right? There's no rewrite here. This is live, and now they've got to find a way out of this hole.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll run on first down. Carson. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Stopped immediately there. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
And when the defense wins and gives up no yardage on a running play, that's something they can build on and carry themselves forward throughout the game.
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Here's Wilson. Rolling to his left. Oh, he just needed to throw it away, but instead, out of bounds he goes, and that's a sack. The tally there, -8 yards. Leads to 4th down as well. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead. All 9 points for him coming via the field goal, and this last one puts him out in front.
All the field goals are great, but you know I'm going to get pessimistic here, right? Because you can't score touchdowns to win games in the NFL. I just wonder if all these field goals, great now, I wonder if they'll come back and haunt them later on.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a 1st down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. From the gun, block, flush to his right. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
On 1st down, it's Carson, and he'll be brought down at about the 42. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
They'll keep it on the ground. Carson, not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
On 3rd down, it's Carson. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Operating from the gun. Lock. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jamal Adams.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
They'll run on 1st down. Carson. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them. Melt the clock down. Get to the 4th quarter. Try to keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
Just a gain of a yard there. Now it'll be 3rd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard. They run for it with Carson. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Welcome back now to Denver. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. On 1st down. It's Carson. And he'll slice his way down to the 30 with a pickup of 7. As we get late in this one, is altitude a factor for a visiting team in Denver? Is that something that's overplayed?
No, it's real. And I know a lot of the visiting teams like to downplay it because they don't want to get into the heads of their players. But you can't avoid it. As soon as you get to the locker room, you get to the stadium, they always post it in there. Welcome to Denver. Altitude 5,280 feet. The air is rare.
That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
1st down.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. Now they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards. Behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 15. They run the counter. Carson. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up. Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays. Gun. Here's Wilson. And that is incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This one from 46 yards out. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they double their lead, pushing it up now to 12-6. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round, try
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And that last turnover could have proven more costly, but their defense only gave up 3. But now answering with a field goal doesn't do them much on this drive. They need to try and find the end zone. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. That time he was looking for Jerry Jeudy, but it's going to be 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Locke. Got a man open. It's Sutton. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain there of 21 yards.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling him almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. That time he was looking for Jerry Jeudy, and it's 3rd down.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
Again, he targets Jeudy, and this time the catch made. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. The kick by McManus is good. And that will bring the deficit back down to 3. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
They're on 24-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. I guess the good news as they start this drive is that they still do have the lead, Charles. If their defense hadn't been able to hold them to a field goal on the other side, they'd be down. But now it's about preserving that very small lead.
It is preserving and maybe stretching it out a little bit. Because if you're a starter on that side of the ball, I certainly hope you didn't loosen up your shoulder pads or start to cut the tape off. Because if you did it way too soon. They've got to go back out there with renewed vigor, for lack of a better term, and also a good plan. They need points, and they need them now.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. From the gun, it's Wilson. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. You got the slim lead late and the football, so why are you throwing it there?
Remember during the year when we asked one of the head coaches, you know, if you're in this spot, why would you throw the ball? And he talked about trusting his quarterback and trusting his offense.
But still.
And then at the end he kind of went, yeah, not really a good reason.
They'll try to run with Lindsey. And he is not going to get through here on try number 1. They stop him at the goal line. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Broncos have retaken the lead.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return. And
what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late-game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Throwing now is Wilson. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. But sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the team, and the guy that leads them to victory. You have to get down and protect yourself and not take hits like that.
Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that, because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
No, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy